All right. Welcome to the July Patreon Question of the Month bonus special. Pew, pew. That's fireworks. I had to record a revival with fireworks going out outside my house, Alex. You know how fucking annoying that was?
I mean, it's your own fault for playing D&D, nerd.
You played D&D too, and then you didn't listen to my advice and got bored of it because you didn't show them those DM workshop videos.
Well, it wasn't... No. It wasn't that we got bored of that. You see, what happened was we started playing Heroes of Newerth again.
Oh.
Because... No. Here's why. When you play Heroes of Newerth, we just play Mid-Wars because who the fuck actually wants to play a goddamn normal game of not Dota? So we play Mid-Wars, and if you don't know... Heroes of Newerth is really, really popular in Taiwan, so we have this joke of whenever we play at like 2 in the morning, it has like 50,000 fucking people on. Just say, oh yeah, it's real Siam hours. We start saying, Boktin Sunda and shit, because like, if you don't know, that's a line by the way, I'm not making that language up. If you don't know, Heroes of Newerth has like custom announcers, like how Dota has them. And there's about 4... Yeah, there's 4 that are in Thai. So when you're just playing a game of Han, like say someone gets first blood, this little fucking like Taiwanese head will pop down, say something you can't understand, and then just fly away. And they'll be like, yeah, that's Heroes of Newerth. Like, Tad, okay, there's a pirate, there's a Halloween announcer, there's a Miku announcer, and there's 4 different Siam announcers. So when there's like a big team fight, you'll just see like all this shit pop up on the screen. You'll see a bunch of skeletons run by and say, "Behold my wicked brilliance." Then Miku will come down and say, "Smack down." And then a fucking Siamese head will fly by and say, "Oh, oh," and then a fucking soccer ball will come, hit the screen, explode, and say something in Thai that I can't understand.
It sounds like a fuckhouse.
That's the thing with Han. Mid-Wars Han, with a shitload of different announcers, is just a clusterfuck, and it's hilarious.
And speaking of clusterfucks, let's get on to our Patreon questions. So, first question by Jacob Sneck. Dip pizza and ranch or pour ranch on pizza?
I don't like ranch in the first place.
Yeah, neither do I.
don't like
It's the
ranch in the first
devil's
place.
condiment. It's gross. My little brother used to do a thing with pizza where he would literally coat the entire top with pepper to the point where you'd take and go, and he would blow all the excess pepper in the garbage and then eat his pizza. It was fucking disgusting.
What a waste of good pepper.
You would completely coat the top of it in fucking Parmesan cheese.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. I pour the side out on the plate and then use that to, like, dip the pizza in the cheese. I use up all that cheese, Tad.
You're like a Native American.
Like you can complain about me putting too much of it, but I don't waste it.
That's true.
Next question.
This one's from Paul Miller. What thing do you love or like that nobody else does? And when he says nobody, he means like nobody. Like you're the only person. Alex, I already know what yours is. And that's Abigail. Literally no one likes Abigail.
Well, that's actually that's completely different. So now that he's actually come out, Abigail has a lot of tech, and he's actually a really, really cool character, and everyone's fucking stupid. And I was right. I'm always right. But there's a lot of stuff that I like that nobody cares about, like Heroes of Newerth, for instance. But even then, that Heroes of Newerth is pretty bad. I only play Mid-Wars because of what I mentioned earlier. It's just kind of fun in a bad way.
I'm trying to think. There was one I had here.
Homestuck, Ted.
No, because 16-year-old girls fucking love Homestuck until they turned on to Undertale.
Okay, fine. Well, okay, then I was going to say Steven Universe, but, a bunch of 16-year-old girls like Steven Universe also, so whatever.
Okay, I know a game that I like that no one else seemed to give a shit. They might have liked it, but no one else gave a fuck. Quantum Conundrum. That game was adorable. I loved it so. It was made by some of the people who made Portal. And it's like, hey, you're this little kid, you're in your crazy scientist uncle's house, and you solve puzzles and you change dimensions. It was awesome. It was great. It was
so it was the prequel to Rick and Morty.
Pretty much.
Okay. I actually have one. Something that I know isn't very good, and I like, and I know it's just like, not a lot of people care about it. And you know what it is now. Rise of the Argonauts. That old 2006
that's right.
game. That game is very mediocre. It's an old 360 title, so it was like, kind of whatever. But I don't even know what about it I like so much, but I played through it 2 entire times, and I don't do that with that many games. It was it reminds me a lot of like Mass Effect, like a low budget one where you play as Jason and the Argonauts, the old fucking story. One of the things it has a dialogue option, but like in most things, like Mass Effect, your dialogue doesn't actually matter. You can just kind of like be an asshole or be not an asshole. But they play around with that. See, the dialogue never matters in the actual grand scheme of things, but it gives you different stats. Like there are four gods. There's Athena, Ares, Hermes, and Apollo. Every like dialogue choice is like Ares has all the asshole options, Athena has the honorable options, Hermes has the finger guns assholey like snarky fucking options.
This smug
and Apollo
one.
has like the I don't know, what do you guys think kind of options you turn to your allies. And they each reward you points to put in their skill trees. So while you won't affect the overall story with your dialogue, you will affect your gameplay, and that's an okay way to do it. Like considering how old it was, where dialogue, picking and choosing dialogue was still kind of like just becoming like big. I'm not gonna say become a thing because that choosing things has been in games forever. But like with becoming mainstream, it's an okay way to handle that. The game's pretty meh, but I liked it. Next question.
I
remember
the next
it.
question is from Scrubby, and this question is it hip to fuck bees?
Yes.
I
Next
agree.
question.
The next question for the Frantic Defect, and this one is for you, Alex. Hello from a fellow Homestuck fan. You might not know the answer. What do you think your class spec would be?
What?
Okay, so I'll handle this one. So, obviously, my class spec is a Knight of Doom. Alex, fucking obvious to anyone who's listening to this, is a Prince of Blood. Like, don't even fucking front, my dude. Obviously a Prince of Blood.
I'm gonna guess that's just like the worst.
No, the worst would be like a page of blood is basically a nice guy.
Okay, fuck you.
A page, you're a prince, Alex. You know what the princes are? They're assholes that are detrimental to their team, like Aridin and Dirk. And blood is the aspect of relationships. Anyway.
Okay.
And then I'm Knight of Doom because I took like 3 tests and I kept getting Knight of Doom. And also when I did that one Homestuck like RP game through GURPS, I think it was GURPS, I played as a Bard of Doom, and he was pretty fun. Anyway, next question by...
I was gonna say I did one of those weird test things for Persona, and apparently, and I did it multiple times. I'm the Magician Arcana, so there you go.
This question, who the fuck is the magician then? Who's that in the games?
Well, it changes because it's a different person every game. Like there's always the Arcanas, but there's a different character for each Arcana. Like in Persona 4, the magician was Yusuke, your buddy with the blonde hair and the 2 like little daggers. And then in Persona 5, it's the cat Morgana. He's the magician Arcana. It just changes.
Wait, Morgana's a guy?
Yeah, he is.
Shit.
He has a crush on Anne. And
I just assumed it was some wacky anime thing. Anyway, Nicole Clovis asks, any movie recommendations?
The Prince of Egypt. I've quoted it a bunch in that one episode of my little Vegas trip with my buddy.
This was my home, all this pain and devastation. I actually watched that movie in my home ec class in high school. I don't know why, but we just watched it there. Let's see.
The Super Mario Brothers movie. Terrible movie. Love it.
Oh, yeah, it was fucking fantastic. Joe has actually never seen that. Speaking of, I don't know why it didn't immediately pop into my mind. You just check out $2 movies. Oh, fuck, no, that's the bad name that we came up with. And then it came up with Best Boys, because it is my favorite movie credit ever, to be called a Best Boy. Me and Joe watch dumb shit. Joe gives me a bunch of really good movie recommendations, and then I read the back of the DVD without knowing shit about it, and then we watch it, and then I review it, and it's pretty fun to do. You should check those out. I really enjoyed Jacob's Ladder. Watch that movie. Alex, there's like some crackling coming from your voice.
I think I know what it was. Don't worry about it.
Okay, it was like a phone or like some electricity or some shit.
I was just activating my fucking cosmic powers.
Those are my powers, Alex. I'm the one with electromagnetism. I'm the fucking Magneto.
You're the Magneto of this podcast.
I swear to fucking God, Alex, I have not been able to continue without you interrupting me for like the past 11 minutes. Because I'll wait and like, okay, anyway, next question, and then you butt in with some dumb horse shit.
I'm waiting like, hey, I can fit in another joke here real fast.
All right, I'm just gonna not wait for you anyway, ever.
Woo!
This question
Next
is from
question.
Spaduki. I'll fucking strangle you. This question's from Spaduki. Tad, have you ever considered making a TF2 deepest lore video one day? I actually kind of thought about working it into the TF2 episode. But that one I kind of had problems with. Same with the RuneScape one, where like I was trying to fit a lot in there. I was trying to fit in the history of TF2 updates.
Was it like 2 hours long?
It was like an hour 24 because I tried to fit in the history of the TF2 game updates. And I tried to fit in like trading, and I tried to fit in history and all that. And I was going to have the TF2 like that was like the next part in there, but I was like, nah, I don't have fucking time. There's no fucking way I could fit this in here. Maybe though. Maybe I might talk about my favorite parts in like a Noise Boys episode or something. But,
that's a good idea.
Yep. So the next question here is from Soul the Sky. Did I already send in a question this month? I can't remember. If not, is it too late to send one in? Yes. Next question. Stupid
Fuck you. Kill yourself.
If you lived in a cyberpunk
you piece
dystopia,
of shit. That's really funny. Fuck you.
If you lived in a cyberpunk dystopia, how would you make your illicit living? Now,
I'm sorry. I was laughing at the last guy's one too much. What was the question again?
If you lived in a cyberpunk dystopia, and this is a song from Stupid Geeks, how would you make your illicit living? Now, me, because we're obviously in the future, we've got data jacks. I would make some bootleg ass fucking data chips. Slot me in, fam. Get me ready to go. I want to sit in the fucking Homestuck VR sim. You fucking plug me into a wall with a fucking 3-prong adapter. I'm good. Like, that's how I'd do it. I'd make shitty versions of those that you just plug people in and then they're good. And they can charge me rent. I'd be like, yeah, $50, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Funny, I was actually gonna. I guess you really are the same person because I know what you're talking about. You're like plugging in things into people's like hats, like a jack right into like the side of their temple, right?
Yeah, and just like, hey, go sit in the corner and like just don't piss on the floor and give me like $50 a week, and you can stay here and sit in your fucking VR
Legit,
world.
well, not even kidding, Ted. I was gonna say that too. I would run like a fucking weird like a Wirehead type of like cafe, like it's got a like Korean internet cafe, but for a bunch of cyber themed druggies. Because like I read this one comic a long time ago, a couple pages of it, because people posted it on the internet, where it's like it's in this dystopian future, and this guy is what they call a Wirehead, I think, and he has like a little like a slot in the side of his head he opens up and just like plugs stuff into to get high.
Yeah, because like fucking. Why bother smoking that fucking Beelzebub's kale when you can just jack right into the fucking Matrix and get your home stuck that way?
Just start jacking it.
Yeah, just start jacking off. Well, jack on, never jack off. Anyway, I got this next question here. This is from Big Platypus. What was the most fucked up thing you did in high school? I mean, like, if I did choose one for you, like the most fucked up thing, I think it would probably be here. No, I was gonna say we'll choose the other
You know
one.
what you want to say.
Well, I was gonna say how you like claim to have multiple dead aunts to get out of high school.
Well, no, that was grade school into high school. Like I did that for like my entire school career. That wasn't just high school.
You had a lot of aunts.
I had a lot of aunts.
It was like Darkest Dungeon.
No, it's like in Rogue Legacy how you die, you just get another like descendant walks by. That's literally my aunts. Okay, so I had to tell the story now, Ted. I mean, come on. He asked for the question. So, Ted
Make sure
knows
it's podcast appropriate.
Well, remember, it's El Paco Tortilla, the dancing amigo. Did you forget?
I forgot.
Well, I know what this thumbnail's gonna be. So, once upon a time, I was in, I don't remember what class, it was like history or like social studies, whatever fucking high school, like, world history learning class you have. Forgive me, I didn't care. We had laptops brought in. So I'm sitting next to my buddy on my left. His name's Duncan. Me and him sit right in front of the teacher's desk. We're not even troublemakers. We just were assigned there. Whatever. So we get those in, and previously in my computer class, I had my buddy Ezio, whatever his name was, Enzio, that's it. Let me borrow his USB flash drive, put on a Sega Genesis emulator onto my computer, which you then put into every computer in the fucking school. And then I brought fucking Earthworm Jim, Battletoads vs. Double Dragon, and Vector Man. And so, for my computer class and for this social studies class, I was just playing Vector Man and shit and not actually doing anything schoolwork related. So we had to do this project, which was, it was for, immigration. We were learning about, the history of immigration. And we had to do, create an immigrant, make their story, basically, make, a fucking character that would have existed, a long time ago or even today of, in their struggle, right? Really odd thing. So we get this... And my teacher, Mr. DeForty, if he fucking is out there, he knows. He leaves because he's having a baby. So he has to go and take care of his fucking newborn son. So we had a sub, this big kind of fat guy who looks 100% just like that guy from Toy Story 2 who kidnaps Woody.
Man,
Big Al's Toy Barn.
Woody.
Yeah, the guy who stole Woody. He looked just like him. So... I'm here playing Vector Man, and because I'm right in front of the teacher's desk, but because I'm right in front of it, he can't see behind the laptop. So for him, I'm just typing really hard.
The only thing you have to worry about is people narking on you.
Who's gonna narc on me? So, who's gonna narc on me? I have the parent that lets my sister and her friends smoke weed in our house. No one's gonna rat me out. Oh god, I hated my family. So anyway, so I'm sitting here just playing games, and my buddy Doug. So 3 days to do it. Day 2, 10 minutes left in class. My friend's dude, we're almost out of here, and you're just playing Earthworm Jim and Vector Man all fucking day. You have to do a presentation tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit, that's right, I forgot. So I quickly close everything, go to Google Images, type in guy in a poncho, get a Halloween picture of a white guy wearing a poncho, say that's it. So I get it, and I fabricate this character in 5 minutes. Record time. His name is El Paco Tortilla, the dancing amigo. He's a Mexican immigrant, and that's pretty much it. He was just really lazily stereotypical humor. So I do this presentation and finger gun while I'm doing it because I know I'm fucked. I don't even know where this confidence came from, but I just knew I was just dead in the water. So I do this. A couple people chuckle. So Big Al goes you could have put way more effort into that. And I'm like, oh, so it's okay to be totally racist, right? That was okay. So next day, Mr. DeForty comes back. We sit down. People are looking at me, and I'm just oh boy, here we go. He pulls up this little sticky note from his desk and says, Alex. I'm like, ah, shit. Because remember, I'm right in front of his desk. It says here, you didn't do a lot of work on that project. You always do work. I'll just give you an A anyway. And throws it away. Me and Duncan just turn and look at each other trying really hard to not laugh.
Straight up SpongeBob. You know what's funnier than 24?
You know what's funnier than 24? 25. And we're just giggling and trying to hold it in. And so I got away with it.
Every story of your life can be, and then I got away with it.
I got away with it with an A, boys.
Oh,
so yeah. Wasn't fucked up, but it was really stupid. And I never really did anything in high school, so I don't even know where that confidence to do something so stupid came from. But there you go.
The most fucked up thing I did was I drew Homestuck on my German folder. I drew Tavros and Doc Scratch in Gamesy.
That's the best you got. I go on for 5 minutes about this fucking story, and that's the best you got?
Sean Dunsmore asks... If we assume that a god of some sort exists and created us, giving us meaning in life, what would the meaning of the god's life be? As if our meaning is defined by a being with no meaning itself, can we truly say that our life actually has meaning? And in order for that god to have meaning, there would not need to be a power greater than it to give it such. By this logic, it would create a chain of meaningless entities, unless of course the chain is infinite, though in that case, the lack of a top to the chain would also result in no great meaning to life.
We see, that's a really deep question, so I have to ask you this deep question. Is the S or C silent in scent?
I don't like this, Alex. I don't like this
Makes you
fucking
think,
world you've
doesn't it?
created for me. Anyway, Dunsmore also wants to say, I have no idea how to spend my reward tiers after that one time I made them sing a Steven Universe song and it only turned out kind of funny.
Well, if to answer this question, if we let's say our purpose was to serve God, God's purpose would be to then tailor the world and existence towards us to make sure that we can better serve Him. It's kind of like an endless cycle. That's how it works. That His purpose would basically be to be our like king. His purpose would be to rule us. That's it. It's
like if I was given like say we're in the cyber year of 1992 and like I'm in like the faraway year of 1992 and I'm given like we have like simulations we can create universes. I should not be given that power. Like I would do like okay, I can't even play PUBG without doing dumb shit. Like trying to run people over with cars even though I know it's a bad idea. Could you imagine what I would do with an entire universe in my hand? No, thank you, sir.
well, he didn't ask if we were gods. He just said if there was a god.
Oh, it was implicit, Alex. I am a god. I rule with an iron fist.
Okay.
So, this is the penultimate question here from Toteke. If you had to watch a show centered around one character for the rest of your life, who would it be? And for me, I would probably be really interested in a show centered around Andrew Hussey. Like, he's this big ass nerd, who like he goes to school for like computer science and then doesn't apply it to anything because he's already stinking rich, and then makes like a comic about like some detectives. And he's like, oh, that was pretty fun. And then he makes a comic and he gets swarmed by 16-year-old Tumblr girls, and now he lost all of his money and his only friends are like 16-year-old girls and like Tumblr like land whales. It's a comedy of errors, is what I'm saying.
If I had a TV show based on anybody, it would be nothing because I don't watch TV. I don't care. Like, I sit at my computer all fucking day. I don't watch TV, man.
There has to be some person that's really interesting to you and you would love to see a show centered around them.
You're asking the guy who doesn't give a shit about anybody. Who? Okay. Let's see. I would love to see a TV show of Dark Question, My Father, to see how that motherfucker's doing right about now. Nothing. Nothing. I literally don't care about watching anybody.
I mean, that's fair enough. So the character you would want to watch would be a ghost. Imagine just like an asshole ghost who's just like spooking people for no reason, just running around doing like, that scene in the Ghostbusters cartoon where they're walking down the street and snapping their fingers? There's a ghost behind there with his dick out.
Okay, next question.
Alright, so this is the last question. This is from Jaron Kiwi. If you had an RPG class in real life based on your skills, physical attributes, etc., what do you think it would be?
An RPG class.
Like your generic fantasy class.
Trickster, because I fucking fuck around with people and somehow get away with it. See story earlier.
I would probably be... Let's see. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, Trickster fits you pretty well. If I had to give myself a class...
Get away with it?
Probably be... I think Paladin. I think, like, a Paladin. Like, a holy, or like a man-at-arms. Like, someone who, like, defends the rest of the party, and then also does some cool shit every now and then. But besides that, he's pretty much just there like, yo, back the fuck up, mate. I'm here, and I'm here to defend your characters. Look at me go. Wow, pam, pam. I got a mace. I got a shield. You know? But, So that finishes this out. I can hear Alex slathering over that pizza that's been sitting in front of him for 26 and a half minutes.
That's my dog.
Whatever you say, Alex.
It's my stupid old dog.
I want to give a big shout out to all the Patreon people. Everyone that's at $2 and above can go ahead and send in one of these questions for a bonus video at the end of the month. We're nearing back up to a bonus Noise Boys too, at $2.50. We have a lot of fun. We have fun here. Let me sit around back in my chair, throw a jacket over my shoulder. Let's get real for a moment. We have fun here. And I see, like, legit, like, actually, like, I'm gonna spin the chair back around, put my coat back on, because now I'm getting real. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for all your support.